Alright Chucklefucks, time to buckle up because this week of the PPL is actually a good performance. So strap in your seatbelts and put on your safety helmet because this is going to be a wild ride. Starting off with a small team builder since I actually had a game plan this week. I know, it's fucking mental, right? Our dedicated lead in Iron Hands means we can Sword Stance off rip and break immediately, making Pulp stronger for our end game. Drain Punch is for longevity, Supercell Slam so I can Oko a Comfey at +3, and Low Kick to Oko and Mudsdale at +3 without dropping our defensive stats. Then we have a speedy, max HP Hisuian Corfish, so we don't just auto lose to Goldengo. It's rocking Dual Stabs, Pain Split and T-Spikes. Fairly straightforward set, nothing really much to say here. Next up we have the real star of the show, CHOICE BAND ARAQUANID. It's running quadruple stab because I just think that's funny. Also, if I ever clicked webs in this game, I just immediately lost momentum. So there is that. Its entire role is to break Tentacruel, not a switch in, Comfey, not a switch in, and Hitmontop, also not a switch in. And it also comes in a Mudsdale if he brings it. Then we've got our dedicated switch in to Meowscarada, which is our Heatran holding a Troupleberry, with enough speed for an uninvested Tentacruel or Comfey. Its purpose this week is to burn his Meowscarada. That's it. That's literally it. Anything else is just a bonus. It has Magma Storm to spam, Power Gem for his Moltres, Stealth Rocks, and Taunt to prevent any setup with Comfey. Whilst building for this matchup, I also realised that Heatran lost Roar and Eruption. What the fuck, Game Freak? Rocky Helmet Landorusterian is also making an appearance this week, who is here basically just to punish any physical attackers that aren't Galarian Zapdos. We're running EQ Smackdown because his ground immunities are Moltres and G-Zap. U-turn on there for some momentum, and Endure to get the most out of Rocky Helmet Chip to put things in range of Pulp. Speaking of, our win con this week is Weakness Policy Dragapult, who is EV'd to take a +1 modest Draining Kiss from Comfey after Rocks. It can also live a modest Life Orb Ice Beam from Terapagos and a non-boosting Shadow Ball from a timid Goldengo. Willow and Disable are on there purely for Sucker Punch Meowscarada mind games, and Phantom Force just in case he's Terra Fairy instead of Terra Water on his Comfey. Once we kill his Galarian Zapdos, which could potentially be Scarfed, this set just kind of wins. And that's it, that's the team. Let's get into the game. Alright, so after putting Corfish and Landorusterian towards the top of my team, gaslighting Q to lead with Galarian Zapdos, we're just gonna lead with Iron Hands and see what happens. But since I'm such a fucking girl boss pussy slay queen, that is exactly what happens because, you know, I'm the best Draft League player of all time. So now Iron Hands just gets to click Sword Stomp for free because, you know, I'm a fucking genius and this is exactly what I planned. So here we are going for the Sword Stance. He is going to take me to just above half. In hindsight, not sure why I didn't Supercell Slam here, but you know what? We're here, we're queer, we're disrespecting the Zapdos, and now we're at +3 Iron Hands and we're about to kill something. So yeah, gonna go for the Supercell Slam here, and we're gonna take out the Galarian Zapdos turn 2, which is one of the things that's stopping Dragapult in the end game. So already we are having a good time. We're having a jolly good old time. Zapdos going down there after being absolutely fucking decimated, and Iron Hands giving out a war cry. We love to see that. In comes the Meowscarada here to revenge, and I did contemplate going out to Heatran here, but I was like, if he goes for Low Kick, then I burn my Troupleberry for kind of no reason. It's better to get Heatran in and get it in for free. So Iron Hands is going to go down turn 3, but that's fine. It's done its job, it's done what it came here to do, and we fucked bitches, took his money, and I don't even know what I'm saying at this point. So in comes Heatran. We're going to get up our rocks here because we do have our Troupleberry intact. The Low Kick also won't be Protean boosted. So even after the Troupleberry procs, we will be able to take another one. So I'm like, fuck it, we'll just go into Heatran here, set up our Stealth Rocks, and call it a day. So that's exactly what's going to happen. We're going to set up our rocks as he low kicks us. As you can see, it's not a 2-hit KO, and we even get the Flame Body Burn. Because, like I keep saying, guys, greatest draft player to ever live, best to ever do it. Gonna set up Stealth Rocks, lovely. Probably the 5th time I've said that this recording already. Love that. And yeah, those rocks are here. They are also queer, maybe, I don't know. And Meowscarada's looking pretty useless at this point. I'm going to opt to keep Heatran for a sack and go out into my Quillfish here. Not sure why, to be honest. I probably could have just stayed in and Magma Stormed and, you know, actually get a kill with my Heatran. But instead I go out into Quillfish. That low kick did, like, what, 8 damage? This is a top tier Pokemon, by the way. Ignore the fact that it's burned and intimidated. That's a lie. Here, I'm like, well, Q is surely going to keep this as a sack. And I think the Tentacle is going to come in here, so I'm going to pull a double. But as you can see, the Madman stays in, and he actually goes for triple Axle. So not only did he not go to Tentacle, my Landorus is also going to take a fuckload of damage for basically no reason. But we do get some nice damage on it with Rocky Helmet, I guess. So, you know, that's something, right? Hopefully this damage doesn't come back to bite me in the ass later. And since we don't outspeed, we have to go straight back out into our Hisuian Corphish. So we're doing a little bit of trolling right now in the early game, but you know what? It doesn't matter because we're going to win. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. Our game plan has already worked. Meowscarada is burned. The Zapdos is dead. There is nothing stopping Pult at this point. There is no Terra Comfey. There's literally nothing stopping Pult now. So we just need to get that in and click, not even Dragon Dance. I'm not even Dragon Dance. We just need to get Pult in and just start clicking buttons, essentially. But yeah, I'm going to go out into our Corphish now and, you know what, I've had enough. At this point, I've had enough. It's time to fucking murder this cat. Something we should have done 4 turns ago, but you know, as Nirvana's definitely not first album would say, never mind. Barbarage is going to come out and just fucking absolutely nuke this cat. Something I should have done, like, you know, 17 turns ago, but I digress. Q now opts to go into his Hitmontop, which is a little bit of a problem. And I'm thinking, well, he's going to do one of 2 things here. He's going to A, close combat, or B, rapid spin. So I'm like, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to go to Heatran. If he rapid spins, then there's a chance that we get the Flame Orb, the Flame Body proc, which is lovely. And if he close combats, he absolutely destroys us to the point where Stealth Rocks will stay up, because then I get to go out into something to avenge it. Not only does he not close combat, he rapid spins me, and Flame Body does not proc. So, you know, you kind of hate to see that. We see that it's Life Orb, which is kind of spooky. So now I have a +1 speed Hitmontop that's obviously offensive that I don't actually have a switch into. So Heatran's going to go down here, and for the 2nd week in a row, we have used it like absolute garbage. Maybe next week we'll actually use Heatran well, but I guess for now, sayonara, bitch. It's time for you to die, Heatran. I'm sorry. In comes Araquanid, because now it's the star of the show, and it's time for something to just fall over. I actually contemplate putting on the hat here, but I was like, you know what? This is Q's also Terra Captain, so if he terrestrializes into a fighting type here, whilst I also Terra, I'm just going to fall over to a fucking close combat. And thank God I didn't Terra, because that is precisely what Q does. Obviously, he's going to want the maximum amount of damage before he dies, so he's going to Terra into the fighting type, and as you can see, this is going to do just under half to my Araquanid. If I Terra'd there, it was a roll to kill me. So thank fuck I didn't put on the hat just yet. But you know what? Araquanid doesn't even need the hat, because this Hitmontop just falls over. It just dies. Choice Banded Liquidation, not even Terra boosted, it's going to take out this Hitmontop. I would argue that it would take up maybe 2 Hitmontops, maybe even 3. Q is going to go into his what now? Anyway, as Q goes into his Tentacruel, we are now going to put on the hat. So can we just get some love for Tentacruel in the comments? And by Tentacruel, I mean Araquanid. Don't put love for Tentacruel in the comments, you filthy perverts. I see you fucking giving side eye to me right now. Don't do it. Don't be a filthy individual and wander off to that, you know, side of the internet. Don't do it. Just don't do it. Tentacle porn hasn't been in since like 2003. Anyway, I'm not sure what kinks I'm rambling on about here. Araquanid's going to put on this nice hat. Let's all just show some love for Araquanid in the comments, and not hentai, please. I don't want to get demonetized, even though I'm not even monetized in the first place. And Q is going to show the utmost disrespect for Araquanid here, as he goes for Rapid Spin for some reason. But you know what? We take those, because we are going to do 80% to a max HP Tentacruel. And he's going to fuck around and find out. Presumably he's putting me in some kind of range here for something, either Terrapagos or Gordingo. Yeah, Q's fucked around and found out, and Araquanid is claiming another kill. We love that for her. We absolutely love that for her. Look at this bug. Look at it. Just look at that nice watery hat. What a wonderful bug. So now Q is going to go out into his Terrapagos, which for some reason was priced at 14 points. What the fuck, Jack? What were you smoking? What were you cooking when you priced this thing? He's going to go for Rock Polish, which is mildly terrifying. However, we do have things in the back to deal with this. Our Pult is weakness policy. We don't care about it. It can't OHKO us. We also have a Spadef Hisuian Quillfish. So we're looking pretty. We're sitting pretty. We've also broken its Terra Shell, which, by the way, did over half. This Araquanid has killed 2 Mons and gotten its third down to under half HP. That is absolutely insane. So please show some love to this silly little bug down in the comments. What an absolute steal for 6 points. Holy moly. So now we do a little bit of calcing and we're going to go out into our Dragapult. We don't care. We can take a modest Life Orb Ice Beam. We can take a modest Life Orb Dazzling Gleam. Even after rocks, we take this hit. And at this point, it's just Dragon Dance against the world. So that's exactly what we do. We're going to collect Dragon Darts and we're going to clean up this game. Even if Pult is Scarf, it doesn't matter. But you know what? That is not what fucking happens because we get frozen. Fuck this game, man. When this happened live, I was so upset. But you know what? At least our weakness policy procced. In theory, at least the set worked. Am I right, fellas? So yeah, we're going to start the season 0-2 because of a freeze. And you know what? It is what it is. You know, what can you do? Pult is going to go down. And that's kind of all she wrote. At this point, I don't think Quillfish is able to kill it. We're going to go out into it anyway. We're going to hope for a super mega califragilisticexpialidocious. I've never seen that film, so don't come for me in the comments. Yeah, we're going to go for Crunch, and we're going to basically pray for a poison, even though we're Intimidate. We're just that great of a player. We're going to hack 2 abilities into the game. We chew that. We chew that Earth Power, by the way. And yeah, no, we don't get crit. We get fucking nothing, in fact. And yeah, we are going to start the season 0-2. I don't know what more you guys want me to say. That is just how it is. Q was just a better player. What can I say? He was more talented than me in this particular instance of the video game. But you know what? I have high hopes for next week. I'm not gonna let this, I'm not gonna let it bring me down because I should have won this game. This loss wasn't down to my own ability or my prep. It was just down to RNG. So, it is what it is. We should be 1-1 right now, but we're not. But that's going to be the end of the battle. I hope you guys enjoyed. And yeah, I'll see you for week 3 against Addison. It's going to be a fun one, guys. Make sure you tune in. You do not want to miss it.